Dan Graziano, it does have some people whispering around the sort of the fan universe about whether or not the Dolphins should consider taking a quarterback because they have the 3rd pick overall. What are you hearing from Miami?
Yeah, I think the Miami Dolphins believed that Tua Tagovailoa would always need time to develop. And I think, you look at, he came in to the offseason coming off an injury. It was an offseason where they couldn't really gather for OTAs, mini camps, even training camp in any traditional sense. So I would be very surprised, based on everything I've heard from the Miami Dolphins this year, if they were thinking about replacing Tua Tagovailoa after 9 starts. Obviously, it's a situation where he's always going to get compared to the other guys he's drafted with. Justin Herbert has this great year, and so people are going to look and say, well, why couldn't Tua be that? Maybe he's not the right guy. But I think that Miami Dolphins believe Tua is a guy that can be their franchise quarterback, will be their franchise quarterback, needs time to get there, and they're going to be willing to give him that time. I think it's a lot more likely they use that high pick on, say, a number 1 receiver for Tua than on finding his potential replacement this early in that process.
Okay, that sounds about right. Let me bring Mel in here because, Mel, you do the evaluation, and the evaluation doesn't end when the player is drafted. So now that we're 1 year into his career, what is your evaluation?
Gritty, I had said when he was drafted, I think his body needed to heal. Remember, he had 2 major injuries, that hip. To throw the football, when you don't have the howitzer, you need everything working, legs, hips, rotation, everything. I don't see that. And I think you knew he had the ability to make every throw at Alabama. He needed, I think, a year to figure it out just medically and get his body back to where it needs to be. He played, he won games. I think the arm strength will show next year when he is now more time removed from that significant hip injury, Greeny. So I'm in agreement with Dan. I think that 3rd pick, you go Devontae Smith. They need a playmaking receiver, big-time receiver. He was that type of player at Alabama with Tua. You remember going early in his career against Georgia. So I think a Devontae Smith, they could need a running back, obviously help in different pieces at various positions. But they have the draft choices to surround Tua, improve this football team, move forward with Tua, get the receiver. And I think next year and the year after, you will see a different Tua than we saw this season coming off so quickly, less than a year removed from the injury when he took the field for Miami this year.
And Marcus, let me come to you and remind everyone that you were at the SEC Network for basically Tua's entire career. You probably saw every snap he took in college. So with that as the context, how would you describe your thoughts on him right now going forward in Miami?
Very confident he can be successful. And, I saw Louis Riddick talking about this a couple of days ago. We started to have these conversations revolve around these quarterbacks a bit too early. I mean, all the extenuating circumstances around Tua and this season and his opportunity to play, and also having to go in and out with Ryan Fitzpatrick is something else that could take a toll on a guy that's trying to find his footing and get ingrained. But I think Mel said it perfectly. An offseason will serve Tua well. Another weapon offensively, the ability to build. Like, Miami has done some tremendous things. Defensively, we saw what they did on that side of the football. Tua will be fine. I think Tua will be fine. He's shown that he has the ability to play in this league. And the thing that I was most excited about to see, another thing Mel was talking about, is a little bit of his elusiveness came back. A little bit of, Tua is not a superior athlete, but he's athletic enough to extend plays and keep drives going and scramble for a few yards and get upfield. We saw that in college as well. So I believe Miami is in good hands. They need to surround him with some talent and some weapons. I believe he'll be the guy that they need there for a long time.
All right, Jeff Saturday, is it a clean sweep? Is Tua the quarterback in Miami going forward? No questions asked?
Absolutely. And listen, let's not mix the notion. They went to Buffalo, right? Miami to Buffalo, run into a buzzsaw, right? The hottest offense in the league. They get a 50 burger hung on them, and we're talking about their quarterback. And the other part I would say about that game is Ryan Fitzpatrick wasn't there, right? So when you talk about, it's not only having him, I'm not talking about coming in the game, I'm talking about being the eyes on the sideline. How many conversations do players have when they come off the sideline and go, hey, man, how are you seeing it? Let me tell you how they're going to adjust to you. Let me tell you what Leslie Frazier wants to do on third down. That's the added benefit of Ryan Fitzpatrick. Not just him coming back and having the Fitzmagic moments. It's all the other things and all the other processes that help bring along a rookie quarterback who, by the way, was injured, had to come up through all these things. So there was a lot there. I think Tua has more than proved himself. He is the guy for the Dolphins. Go help him with guys, whether you surround him with weapons on the outside or offensive line protection. He is the quarterback of the future for the Miami Dolphins.
Let's see what happens. It's a clean sweep. Everybody believes in him. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.